Hi, I'm a local hippie, and today we're going to be talking about 8 winter nights. So I don't have the physical copy of this book. I um I don't even know if there is a physical copy. It's one of those books that is included in your Audible membership, and I read it foolishly because I wanted to read, some Christmassy themed stories. And I guess let me preface this by saying this is going to be spoilers. So I don't think anybody cares because yeah, but um I'm pretty much gonna be exposing the entire plot. So um yeah, but this was the wrong book to pick up for the mood that I was trying to be in. Because I'm thinking this is going to be a cute little Christmas story because it was a recommendation after I had finished In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, which is a story about Christmas. At least it takes place during the actual week of Christmas. 8 Winter Nights is a Jewish, but once I had figured out that was what was happening, I was like, okay, I'm just going to listen to it because I want to listen to something else so that I can have something to review or whatever the case may be. And it was only an hour and a half, like even less than that, because I listened to it a little bit faster. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna brave through this. I'm gonna listen to it. It might be entertaining because it started out seeming very entertaining until I realized where the story was going. Okay, this story follows Sarah, who is like she's single, she's a young woman, um, and she has this best friend who is very beautiful, who is like a star. And every time this best friend, her name is Tamara, is around, any shine that Sarah has is diminished because it's like putting a star in the afternoon sky next to the sun. You're not going to see it. Tamara is that bright, she's that larger than life, right? And to no one's surprise, when Sarah runs into a guy that she finds attractive, somehow Tamara just stumbles into the equation and steals him away. Yes, steals him away. This is very important. Remember that. So Tamara goes on to date this guy for a year, right? And Sarah is pining after him this entire 12-month duration. She's pining after her best friend's boyfriend. Yeah, the best friend that stole the dude that Sarah was into. Yeah, that best friend. If you have friends like that, let me just say as a quick side note, you should probably not be friends with them, okay? Okay. If you make it very clear that you're interested in someone and your best friend goes to steal him, goes to like date him or whatever, like you that like pursues him actively, you should probably not be with her. And oh, if that guy who, and let me backtrack and say that this guy, Oz, he showed interest in Sarah, okay, until Tamara came in. Then he saw that Tamara was hotter, the whole sun, midday, you put a star next to it, the star gets diminished. Yeah, he saw Tamara and he was like, oh, okay, I don't care about Sarah. Cool. So maybe if that's the way that the guy that you're interested in is, if that's the kind of guy he is, maybe you don't want to pine after him for 12 whole months. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you don't want to pine after him for 365 days. I'm just saying. Maybe you want to, maybe find somebody else who has character. Maybe. Just a little thought. But so at the end of this year, after Tamara has used him up for 365 days exactly, well, okay, they weren't together for a whole 365 days, but they were together for almost a year. One day, Tamara decides, I'm going to go on a vacation. I'm gonna leave. He's injured. You, Sarah, come here and take care of him. And she's like this doormat. She's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And Oz is like, oh, I miss Tamara. And he's weeping. He's like, I gotta be with Tamara. And he's like, he has to be with Tamara because she's such a good status symbol. It's so sad because guys really think like this. Like, men with money and all that stuff tend to think like that. Like, they will be with someone because they're a good look, because they're a status symbol, and not because they love them. The world we live in. Anyway, we know how to work a room together. We're so good together. While Sarah's like, I love him, crying herself to sleep at night, reading her diary entries, her obsessive diary entries that were about him over the past year. He has her writing like love letters to Tamara to get her back. And by the end of it, he's like, oh, actually, maybe I don't want Tamara back. Maybe I've been in love with Sarah this whole time. And yes, they ended up together. Like, can you even imagine? Can you imagine having a friend that is so hot? First of all, if you're really a hot girl, why do you have to steal your best friend's crush? Hot girls don't do that, okay? Hot girls don't do that. Hot girls are not pick me's because that's pick me behavior. That's big pick me behavior. Because you're so hot, you can have any man you want. Why do you want him when you know your best friend wants him? Why? That's crazy. Second of all, Sarah, why do you want him when as soon as your hotter best friend walked into the room, he totally forgot that you were there? Why would you want to be with someone like that? If that were me, I would have never spoken to him ever again. Ever. And I probably should have said before that they were like best friends. They were all like in a friend group. After Tamara and Oz began to date, they all were like friends. And I just, it's like I don't this story was just not likable. Okay, I rated it 2.5 stars, and I think that was generous. I think that was a very generous rating because this plot was like, I don't know if you thought this was cute. I don't know if you thought this was a slay. Nah, it wasn't. It didn't eat the way you thought it did. Um Not for people with self-esteem, it didn't. Not for people that aren't pick me's, it didn't. I like, why? Like, why did you even write? Like, why did you think that this was okay? Like, what? I finished it and I was like, I know. I know. And as I was reading it, I was like, dude, I know this isn't going where I think it is. Like, come, come on. Like, no way. No way, Jose. Ugh. And it went exactly where I thought it was gonna go. Ugh. It was bad. It was terrible. It was a train wreck. Yeah, it was bad. So, I rated it 2.5. I don't even know why I gave it 2.5 stars. I'm gonna give it like 1 star. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 1 star because this was not the flex you thought it was. This is not. It's not girl boss. It's not girl power. It's not women who support women. It's, you know, I I support women's rights, but I also support women's wrong. And this was wrong. This was wrong. Yeah, this was wrong. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I didn't like it. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. But yeah, those are my thoughts on 8 winter nights. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good evening. I hope you read a good book. And most importantly, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Bye.